gotta make sure that this before obviously.
Hey everyone, this is Curb, and I bring you another standard match. So today we have on the left, Blagdemire being piloted by, of course, Orion. And of course, on the right, we do have him going up against Luard. So let's go ahead and see how this new deck, Blagdemire, faces off against one of the best decks of the format currently, which is, of course, that Luard. Still as strong as it ever was, even after the hit. Speaking of the hit, unfortunately, this is a video that I recorded quite a couple weeks ago, so it was before the cell gown restriction, so that's why you're going to be seeing that cell gown there. It is not illegal in terms of it is illegal in terms of, you know, now, but at the time of the recording, this was totally legal. So, of course, we're going to be calling double cell gown here. He's going to be rushing in at the Vanguard with 221k strikes. Actually going to be opting to not use the cell gowns, which definitely makes sense. Like, they're not really being threatened on board until basically Blagdemire gets to grade 3, which, you know, it's not going to be for another turn. You can only just pop them during the next turn. So, you know, keeping them as just extra pressure on board is definitely just going to be the correct play here. Anyways, Blag riding up to 2 is going to be checking the top 3. I believe we got like 2 cards there. Of course, also proccing a Biscotti there off of the ride deck. Looks like we are opting to probably just swing and pass. So just going to be going for a very slow conservative turn. Blagdemire doesn't necessarily need to rush super early, although it kind of can, but at the same time you really wouldn't want to do that because a lot of your pieces are very essential and you don't want to risk them being attacked into or being retired. So an early, just a slow start for Blag is definitely like not bad at all. So we have Luard riding up into grade 2. We still got these 23 and 21k columns, so going to be hitting for some pretty good magic numbers there. Our ritual is only at 2 currently, so if we were to call something like, say, a Morfessa, we wouldn't be having it as a 15k attacker quite yet, although we could always swing with one other column, pop the cell gown, and then that would give us to our ritual 3 there. Looks like we are going to be committing that Morfessa there. Going to be swinging with the Morfessa first, only going to be at 10k, so that should be a fairly easy 5k block, but at the same time, you know, you don't really want to get rid of a lot of your combo pieces, so we're just going to be guarding with a Serpent Phalluscate there. I'm going to be swinging in with the Vanguard for 23, can't really block that, hitting into a critical trigger there, which is going to also be proccing a heal trigger off of, you know, the damage check there, so kind of just going to equalizing those triggers. So we do have this 31k Vanguard swing, but it is going to be swinging in at a 20k base Vanguard, so that is just going to be a pretty easy 15k block. I think you do probably want to go for the block here, but looks like we're going to opt to not do that, just go to 3. I don't really think you need 3 CB on your first Blagdemire turn. You would probably rather just like you know, hold off on that, keep your damage to a minimum. But you know, we're still at 3 here anyways, especially when you're up against Luard. Luard can just randomly kill you at some random point. So it looks like we're going to be discarding a copy of that Gear Colossus, just riding into the Blag, using the grade 2 skill, revealing the top 3 cards of the deck. Looks like we're getting 2 Alchemists there, which is alright, I guess, because you do technically have the order card to tutor things out of your soul. Ideally, you don't want to be seeing too many of your combo pieces going into the soul like this, but, you know, of course, we do get to shuffle the critical trigger back into the deck, and then of course we are going to be able to draw a card, since I think you need to put like 1 or 2 cards. Surely you saw the card pop up on screen. I have a rule against reading any Blagdemire cards. I know what they do, but I haven't actually like physically read any of them. That's why I don't remember what any of them do. Anyways, of course, drawing the card there. Looks like we do have another Alchemist in hand, so that should be a pretty good board there. If we have a Zamug, we can put on some pretty good pressure here. And as I say it, the Zamug is going to be putting the top 3. Looks like we got some pretty good options there. We're going to be opting to keep the Persona Ride in the deck, putting the other 2 cards, going to be a Servant Phallicate and the Zamug there into the Soul. just going to be, I believe that also enables you to draw a card as well. I think it's like the same as the ride line skill or something. Yeah, gonna be drawing the card there. So we do have the cards to be tutored out. We still kept the Persona ride. We could have, you know, put it into Soul if we really needed it, but I think at this point we're pretty good, especially since we do have this guy, the R Worm. I know that's not what it really says, but I'm just gonna call him the I Worm. So, ooh, we got a pretty ideal board setup here. We got the Alchemist, we got the Gear Colossus. Gear Colossus is going to be swinging for, it's just 13. Yeah, I think it's just 13 right now. It needs cards in bind in order to gain, like, actual power. So, pretty easy block here. We could totally just, like, yeah, we're just going to intercept with both of them. I believe it was actually 18. A little bit of a misread there. But you're going to be swinging the Blagdemire. Definitely makes sense to double intercept there, because otherwise you're going to lose it. And you definitely don't want to be losing probably a card like Marfesa that you can put back and then call off of the Drag Driver or like a grade 1. Although technically, like, Marfesa does also count to your ritual count. So I don't know why I was just thinking about like that. But it's going to be swinging this attack here at the Vanguard for 23. Just gonna be binding it. Looks like we guarded that, and then we're gonna swing the Zamu for our last attack. 23, double critical, just gonna be blocking with an easy 15k guard. So honestly, like a lot of what am I trying to say? Blag's attacks in the early game are not that threatening. The real only threatening turn is kind of that Zamu with a double crit, but it is also just, you know, when they shut down your PGs and you have to re-ride, which technically might be a little bit scary for Luard too, because that means you do have to re-ride. Well, you don't necessarily have to. You can just stride. You just don't get stride skill, but it is what it is. It's actually not that bad. I don't know why I'm thinking that this matchup would be like worse than it should be for Luard. Anyways, I'm gonna be using the skill of the Leofall there because we obviously didn't have any board, which is, you know, one of the rare Leofall jump scares where it just randomly comes up sometimes, because sometimes you don't have the maple, which we clearly don't have established here, and obviously you're not going to be able to keep your board very well against a deck like Blagdemire. So it looks like we are going to be using the stride skill, calling out a Painkiller Angel there, thinking on the Cellgown, but I guess opting to not, you know, discard or get the Cellgown. I'm going to be instead adding or calling that Interceptor there. I think it's like a 13k 13k attacker with a 10k intercept, but we're just gonna creating a single line there. Probably not sure what we're trying to go for here. We probably have some other stuff in hand, maybe another Marfesa. Looks like we're gonna EB70 to draw a card there. Cellgown definitely would have been an okay play there, but, you know, I feel a lot of the times players do get like, oh, because we had one in hand. That probably is why. I'm going to be using an Abyssal Owl here to search out the other copy Luard. So we can drag Strider next turn. Maybe kill from this point. Honestly, they're at 3, and you're still going. Going to be opting for only 3 attacks here. Going for the Drag Strider. I'm going to be calling out probably like a Morfessa or something, or maybe another Interceptor. Yeah, another Interceptor there. Anyways, what I was saying before is I feel like a lot of players do get kind of pigeonholed into just, you know, call Cellgown, use Cellgown every single turn, and technically you don't always need to do that, because sometimes there are better plays, but it is kind of hard to beat Cellgown. So looks like we're gonna be swinging for 46 here with the Cellgown boost. We're gonna be guarding for 63 with the over trigger, so that's gonna be a 2 to pass currently, of course with a triple drive. And looks like we are going to thinking on adding some more there, because I guess we don't trust the 3 to pass, because, you know, I don't know why. Like, honestly, if this were me in this position, I'd probably just throw down the OT and be like 3 to pass. But looks like we're going to be seeing a blank off the first check, and the second check is actually going to be getting a critical trigger here, kind of deciding where we want to. Technically, if we can get another critical trigger off of this third check, that is just game. So we're going to put it all on the Vanguard, and third check is going to be yet another critical trigger. So that is going to completely just end the game here and now. So that is going to be the end of the match. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget those two things, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.